8 and 9 in a loss.
Oh, so no triple-double, though. He usually always gets triple-double.
He was so close to it. He was an assist and 2 rebounds away. I can't believe when he doesn't get the 10 rebounds. He's the biggest guy on the court.
There's a game 7 tonight. Oh, we're about to go live, I think.
Okay. We're on it. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Hit the Books Sunday MLB, NHL, NBA live stream. We're going to go through some of these games today. We got a game 1 with the New York Rangers. We got a game 7, the 2 best words in sports. Ace went through that last night with his Bruins. We'll get into that, a quick little recap. We got Rangers, Hurricanes at 4 o'clock. We got Golden Knights, Stars at 7:30. We also have another game 7 in the NBA today. Magic, Cavaliers at 1 o'clock. In Cleveland. Weird to have a game 7 at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But these two teams, I feel like they just don't care about. This is the series people just want to get over and get them on to let the Celtics do their thing to either one of these teams that get out of this. But we'll get into this slate today. We have some MLB games on the docket as well. Obviously, we'll kind of jump into yesterday. I'm going to call them my Timberwolves. I'm claiming this team. Big win last night. 43 points from Anthony Edwards. Absolutely unreal performance in Denver. The 5-point underdog, they go in and win outright by 7. They had the lead most of the game. Denver was up 44-40 at halftime, up by 2 at the end of the first quarter. It was looking like Minnesota was putting up a fight the whole game. Second half, they pull away. You get 43 points from your best player. And like I just said to you, 32, 8, and 9 from Jokic and a loss. Huge performance by the Timberwolves there to go into Denver and steal game 1. And then the one that most people were watching last night, game 7, your Bruins, David Pastrnak, 2 minutes into overtime. The bank pass by Elias Lindholm, just a fucking
Hampus Lindholm.
Hampus Lindholm. It was like Lindholm. That's the guy in the Canucks, right?
Yeah. That was a big trademark guy.
Dude, that goal. Like, I'm standing there watching the overtime. I'm like, this. I felt like it felt like one of those games that was just going to go on all night. Like,
like double overtime.
Yes. I was like, if this goes. And Mackey was like, no, there's going to be a goal. He literally goes 5 minutes into overtime. Someone's going to win this game. I was like, I know what you mean. It's just like one of those games. Nothing's going. Swayman was on. Samsonov. That's what not a lot of people were talking of.
Yeah.
Wall couldn't go. They had to go to their backup in game 7. He obviously didn't lose them that game. You only let up 2 goals. The overtime winner, a crazy bank pass. Pastrnak gets in all alone. The backhand, Samsonov was just laying there with nothing else to do. But your Bruins move on. What are your initial reactions coming off that game?
The Leafs in game 7? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? If you didn't have the Bruins to win that game, I don't know what planet you're from, because it's not this one, not this timeline. Who else do you expect to win that game 7? 4 times in a row now, the Bruins have beaten the Leafs in 7
Toronto,
when they matched
7th
up.
straight loss and winner-take-all playoff games.
Yeah, Austin Matthews, 0-5 in game 7, 0 career goals.
0-5? He's played in 5 game 7s already?
Oh, yeah, he's played in 5. And guess what? The Bruins are 4-0 within the last decade against the Leafs in game 7.
How many games did they beat the Lightning in last year? It obviously wasn't 7. 6?
Yeah, I think it was 6. They got out of the first round. They didn't win it in 7, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it wouldn't have been.
Sheldon Keefe was also chasing his first career game 7 when he's now 0-3 in them. But how else do you want the Bruins to win it? David Pastrnak, Jim Montgomery called him out by name after game 6. Said Pasta needs to step up. The man of the moment. That's why he's him. Finds the puck. Wasn't playing great all game, but he does his thing. Catches it on the backhand. Goes forehand. Gets Samsonov to bite. Think he's going 5-hole. Back to the backhand. Puts it over the extended pad. No one else is doing that.
That goal was as soon as that puck went in and I saw it was him breaking in, he peeled the defenseman. I was like, this is it. Bang. Backhand. I was like,
David fucking Pastrnak. But let's not discredit the Maple Leafs. And you're talking about Samsonov stepping up well. I think in the last 3 games they played, they did a great job of blocking Bruins shots. The Bruins couldn't get anything through to the net.
Yeah.
They stood tall, which is
you
weird.
Said, what was it, game 6, dude? The Bruins had 1 shot through the first period, but they had the
shot attempts.
Block shot.
Yeah, shot attempts are crazy. And it's weird because the Leafs we think of as like a high scoring offensive team, and they changed their formula. And the Bruins, like I said, they just had to play their own game. They're the better team. And Jeremy Swayman, best goalie so far in the playoffs. His stats are nuts. I think he's like a 950 plus save percentage. That guy's dialed in, and he's just running with it. So I was fine with that.
Am I incorrect? And every Bruins win that series? You guys let up 1 or only you didn't let up more than 2 goals in a win?
Yeah, that sounds about right. It might have been game 2. How many did Omar Gleb? He might have only let in 2 as well.
There wasn't, dude. It was the game 6 and 7 and game 5 were all 2-1.
Yep. Even though 2-0 essentially in Game 6, but
Leafs didn't score more than 2 goals in a game all series. Actually, yeah, in a loss. Sorry, Maple Leafs in Game 2 won 3-2.
yeah, and that's against Olmark. But still, Olmark's. I was fine with whatever Montgomery rolled with. Had to trust the hot hand. Hey, that's what you got to do in the playoffs. Sometimes you blow up your formula, and that guy's locked in right now. I bet you we might see Olmark in this Florida series,
I think
especially
he'll
with
try.
the quick turnaround. And there's no days off. You know how a lot of people complaining about the days off in the first round. Bruins playing the Panthers every other night for the first 4 games, so I wouldn't be surprised to see 35 go back out there. And he played well when he was there too. Keep Swayman dialed in, make sure he's fresh. But yeah, excited for that one. That was a great Game 7. But let's get into some of these games today, because we had a couple more on the docket and some good baseball as well.
Like we said, New York Rangers, Carolina Hurricanes, Game 1 at MSG today. Rangers a -108 favorite, or the underdog. The Hurricanes are a -111 favorite. Over under at 5.5. Mackey's not here to represent his Rangers. Which way do you go on this game?
Oh, I so badly want to take the Carolina Hurricanes. You and I were talking about this stuff. It's Game 1 in MSG. The New York Rangers, they've been playing great hockey all season long. I think the Hurricanes are the better team, but it's playoff hockey, and the Rangers have the better goalie, which kind of makes me a little bit nervous because Anderson didn't look. I know that the team themselves looked like world beaters against the New York Islanders. Goaltending didn't really answer any questions for me.
Those stretches, they had stretches in that series where I was like, the Islanders aren't an offensive team, and they're making them look like world beaters out here.
They put up 3 in a row in that game when they were that was the turning point in the series. I mean,
if that's against the Rangers, that game's not like you don't come back from a 3-0 lead against the Rangers or deficit against the Rangers.
I don't think so.
Especially in MSG.
Yeah, and then the Rangers continue to pour it on too. The Islanders kind of just ran out of gas there, and it showed in that shot attempts in that series. But
the better
2 big teams that match up too. You know what's going to be a great watch is the back end that's loaded by the Rangers. You have Keandre Miller, Adam Fox, Trouba. The list goes on. You have Shesterkin in the pipes. You're going up against the deepest. I think it's the deepest forward group in the NHL. You got Kuznetsov on the 3rd or 4th line. You got Stahl. You got all the big names.
You would say the Hurricanes are deeper on forward than Florida?
I think they are. I really do. They have more.
I think Florida has more names.
Kuznetsov. They brought in Kuznetsov and Gensel. Yeah. They brought in Tarasenko. I think going into the deadline, it was dead even potentially. But I think getting Kuznetsov and Gensel, they just got Tarasenko. But I think that the Panthers have the better back end and goaltending. That's
for sure. Yeah.
But that Canes team, great coach too. I love Rob Brendamore, and it's not the Hurricanes. You know, people talk about them in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's not the Eastern Conference Finals. I was just going to say
it's the second round. We don't got to worry about it.
I'm happy I don't have to see him yet. Mackie, you get to deal with them. But yeah, I think that the Rangers win this one at home. I want to say it's a 1-goal win, low scoring game. I could see a 3-2 Rangers win. I don't know about you.
I could definitely see this go to overtime. Over under, like I said, is sitting at 5.5. The under favorited. A lot of these games have been lower scoring. I like the Rangers here as well.
Yeah, I'm saying 3-2. I think a couple power play goals each way. I think Shesterkin has some big saves late. I think that the Canes outshoot them late. Big third period push, maybe down 3-1. They make it 3-2. Like Mackie says, the Rangers are allergic to that empty net, so I'm not touching any puck lines here. And you're getting a good line either way. I think it's like -110 apiece, almost give or take, 10 points. But yeah, I got the Rangers on the money line tonight. I do have the Canes in 7 though. I have the Canes in 7.
I've Hurricanes in 6. I do think it's going to be top 5. The Rangers winning Game 1 for Carolina to win this series in 6, but I do think that they are the better team. I have them locking this series up on their home ice in Game 6. But today's going to be a hell of a game. Obviously, like we said, 4:00, 7:30. We have Vegas, Dallas, Game 7 in Dallas.
Fire game.
We all said. I think we all called this series.
Everybody knew.
Everyone knew this was going 7. Vegas comes into this one as an underdog at +132. Dallas -160 on the money line, and the over/under at 5.5. Do you like these Dallas Stars to win a Game 7?
I like them to win a Game 7, but I don't like them enough to take a -160 because this is a team that dropped 2 games at home earlier in the series. It's crazy to me that these lines are so split, but they're favoring that home ice advantage and their play of late back in Dallas. I knew we were going to have this one go 7, but this one's a little bit different than Bruins Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Like, that was a great 7-game series, but these two teams kind of got hosed over by having to play each other in the first round. Both of these teams are deserved to go to the second round, in my opinion. They're a skilled enough team. I kind of hope that the Golden Knights lose just so they get screwed over for screwing over the cap.
Yeah.
Don't let that keep prevailing. You already got your cup. but it's going to be tough to put away a team that just hoisted the Stanley Cup in a Game 7. And we know what these Dallas Stars have been through in the past few years, but they're another deep group. They could be the deepest group in the West. I know they're not the most skilled. We have the Avs out there, and the Knights are pretty loaded too. But that Stars team, the young talent they put together, the young guys that came up, Wyatt Johnston, leading scorer for them in the playoffs, Stankov, and all those young guys that came up, but they also added at the deadline with a bunch of depth. They have Joe Pa out there. I think that's a great ad. And Otter's really found his game lately. That being said, it's going to be, I think this one definitely goes to overtime. It's such a Vegas Golden Knights, Dallas Stars type of playoff series. I could see a late overtime. We talked about how the Bruins ended pretty quickly. I think this one could end pretty deep in overtime. See a long game. I could see a 4-3 win. I got the Dallas Stars here advancing. I have them going to Western Conference Finals in my bracket. I think they're the better team. They earned it this year. They have to put their mark on NHL history and knock out the defending champions tonight.
I do have Vegas winning this. I'm not going to play it. I'm not even just going with my bracket here. Yeah, plus 132 on a team, like you said, just won the Stanley Cup last year. Different year. Obviously, they're getting all these guys back. Like you said, they did the thing with the long-term cap. They're expecting Aiden Hill to go. Obviously, we've seen Logan Thompson in parts of this series. I'd like to see Thompson in net here personally. He didn't get hurt or anything. They're just going back to Aiden Hill here.
Yeah, both of them are just kind of mid. I mean, they both have their moments. We saw Hill last year in the Stanley Cup Finals. We saw Thompson's rookie year throughout the season in the playoffs. I think they're rolling with whoever won Game 6, right?
Yeah,
that's what I would do too.
I was just gonna say I'm looking this up to see who got the. All right, Hill got a shutout in Game 6. Yeah, you got to ride the hot hand.
You got to ride with him. And Hill won you that Stanley Cup. Didn't he catch fire towards the end of the first round last year, and then he just rolled with it? So maybe if the Knights are able to move on, I think he's going to own that crease for a while, at least to the start of the next round, and then he's going to get lit up by the Avalanche, and they'll go back to Thompson.
Yeah, I just looked at it. Logan Thompson lost both home games in Vegas. I don't think they go back to him.
Oh, this is such a tough game. I both these games today are tough, but this one has much more meaning. I don't know. I'm not super confident in either bet. I'll tell you what, though. I like the over in this game, though. I know these.
I was just gonna say, I think this is a higher scoring game,
but it's a Game 7. You know how close to the vest every plays. Every shot matters. Every shift matters. Every turnover matters. That being said, though, I like the over here. I know you do too. That's probably my favorite play in this one.
3-3 go to overtime. Could you see that?
That's what I said. 4-3 Stars OT. That's my pick.
I think 3-3. This could go to overtime. I like that over 5.5. Obviously, most of these playoff games are set at 5.5. They know, like you said, the close to the vest style these teams play. You don't want to risk too much.
The Stars team is due though. They're due. They've been there so many times.
How many times can they play there or play in a Game 7? I don't know how many times they've had one at home. You got the home Game 7.
How much do we have to see Vegas, Colorado next round too? There's a lot of storylines going into this.
The TV ones, I don't know, because Dallas is number 1 seed in the West. Obviously, either one of these teams that gets out, I think
they're both good.
They're both, there's no, the better team. There's going to be a situation where some people are saying the wrong team wins this series. Both teams showed weaknesses on their home ice. You can't lose home games in the playoffs. You defend your home ice. Everyone says a series doesn't start till a road team wins a game. Vegas went home with a 2-0 lead and blew it to go back to Dallas with a fucking 2-2 series. This series has been all over the place. It's what everyone expected. I think this is going to be a great Game 7 today, like you said. I also have 3-3 going to overtime, but I'm going to go with Vegas to pull it out.
Who's your overtime game winner scorer then? If we're going to OT, who's got it for you?
I'll go Jackie Eichel.
I'm going Joe Pavelski, the old guy. I know there's a lot of young ones out there in Dallas, but Joe Pa's a gamer, former team.
I could see Vegas on a power play in overtime, and they get it done. Or Stone, any of that. They have so many names.
Guys. Yeah,
they have so many names. But we'll jump over to the NBA. Another Game 7, like we said, this one at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Magic Cavaliers. Magic a +3 underdog, +136 on the money line, and the over-under at 195.5. That is an insanely low over-under. Not an over-unders guy in basketball, but that is insanely low. Not enough for me to take it over here, but Magic +3. Which way do you lean on this one? A huge Game 7. No home team has lost a game in this series. On the Magic here, I don't know which way you go. It's really obviously I think the Cavs win. I'm not going to bet on this Magic team on the road. Like I said, home teams have won every game this series, but -162 for Cleveland in a really tight spread. I think you either take Cleveland minus the 3 points or you take Orlando to win the game.
Yeah, I'm taking Cleveland minus the 3 points. They're the veteran team. They've been here. They earn home court advantage, and you have to defend home court. This Magic team, like you said, we say it a lot. They're playing with house money, in my opinion. I thought the series would be over in 4 or 5. They keep extending it.
It's only helping your Celtics. These teams are just beating the shit out of each other. And your Celtics are sitting there waiting.
But the star power is there, but maybe the hunger and the fight from this Magic team has never been there. Maybe they're able to block out the noise more than the Cavs. A lot more pressure on the Cleveland Cavaliers against this young Orlando Magic
I was gonna
team.
say everyone calls them young and inexperienced. Cleveland's been there, done that. They were in the playoffs last year
They
against
have
Memphis Knicks.
expectations. They
Yeah,
have expectations, and that's tough. And home court's going to be crazy. I think that's what gets to them. A Cleveland Game 7 home court. You've got to show up tonight, Cleveland Cavaliers fan. That Cleveland fan base has to be loud. If they're loud in that arena tonight, I think that they're able to take home that victory and help their team out because that's a young Magic team. They haven't played in this atmosphere before. A lot of these guys, it's the first time. I know that many of the Cavs haven't either, but they have the guys that superstars, all stars. They should be doing their thing. I've got the Cavs. I like -3. That's a nice spread in the NBA. It's not too big of points. If it was four
and
and a
at
half
home.
or more, yeah, 4.5 or more, I'm probably out on it. 3 points. Give me. I think they're booking their ticket to the next round. This is going to be a good game throughout, though. I think it's
Who
pretty
would you
close.
rather? Who would you rather get for your Celtics here?
The Magic.
Yeah, that's what I think
And
too.
I think put it this way, if the Magic win this game,
I don't think you're worried
this
about either of these teams. Though.
this is their championship, in my opinion, if they win this series. If
Yeah,
the Cavs win this game, they're going to be like, all right, that's what we're taking care of business. We're ready to go and play the Celtics. They know it'll be tough, but if it's the Magic, they're like, holy shit, we won the first round.
yeah. Magic will be riding so high coming into Game 1 in Boston. They'll lose by 40.
Yeah. And I don't think they match up well with Boston at all. I think that the Cavs do a little bit more. I think they have more talent.
Yeah. You got those. You want to jump through some of these MLB games, the games that
Yeah,
you
dude,
pulled
for
out?
sure. But first, before we jump into that, I want to say one more thing. Did you see the guys
Yeah.
NBA on TNT? I think you sent it to us.
Yeah.
But we were talking about the Magic getting at least one win. We were hoping for at least one. We got 3.
Yeah, we
And,
got 3.
So it
Last
looks
one.
like we
That's
weren't.
definitely the last one of the
They
year.
were hitting the song and they were dancing it. Well, you know what's nice too, though? It doesn't make us look like idiots for putting those Magic on those power rankings so many times. We told
could
you,
win a
Huff
playoff
knew
series.
early. Huff knew early.
They could
Huff
win a
knew in the
playoff
first
series.
week of the season. He's like, hey, this team's pretty valid.
Young
It turned
team.
out to be.
It's the year of the young teams. The Thunder, Magic, Timberwolves. Just a lot of these inexperienced teams.
I think they lose here today though. I think they lose
Yeah.
by 7 to 10 points. You think it's any closer than that?
No, I do think Cleveland wins this game. I don't know if I'm going to bet it or not, but I do lean on just like a home team's won every game this series. That I'm not going to go against that streak and take Orlando to win this game. I do love what Wagner, Suggs, and Banchero are doing. I think they're the first trio. This is such a weird NBA
Lottery
stat.
picks, right?
Yeah, they're the first trio under the age of 24 to all score 20 plus in a playoff game. So it's just like, yeah, they're young, they're inexperienced, but they're getting, valuable minutes and valuable points from their guys. I'm definitely excited for this. We have a nice slate. Game 7 in the NBA at 1. Rangers
1 p.m.,
game
awesome.
1 at 4. I'm just glad we got it because the hockey games are later.
Yeah, me too.
Game 7 at 1 o'clock. Love that for a fan. If that was my team, I'd be so pissed we're playing at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. It's predetermined, obviously, probably.
Yeah.
Before the season starts and whatnot. But that's nuts to me. I mean,
because there's no other NBA game today. There's no reason they couldn't do this game at 7.
Probably the quick turnaround has something to do with it too, though. If you play at 1 p.m. versus 8 p.m., you get a lot more relaxation time before getting to
travel.
round 2.
Yep.
Like
if Orlando wins this game, they have the rest of the day to travel or do whatever. Yeah.
They're going to be on the road too. You got to go up to Boston. So if Orlando wins this game, they have to go back to Orlando, then back.
They'd probably go. I bet they'd go straight there. When's the series start? Tuesday.
Yeah, I bet you it does start Tuesday.
I bet they'd go straight there.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Tuesday at 7 p.m. So
that's an even tougher spot for the Magic if they do win this game.
By the time you're done with this game, that's 48 hours away, basically.
Yeah,
that's a crazy turnaround. I don't get why. I feel like we used to have more days in between series, but I guess that's why you don't go to 7, huh?
Yeah, exactly. That's why you want to win the games you can. Obviously, no one wants to go to a game 7, but when you win them, there isn't many better things.
Yeah, for you too, because we're gonna know you're gonna love.
An NBA. This is gonna be an interesting game 7 because like these two teams, no one's picking them to beat your Celtics. Like this is more of just this is their little mini NBA finals here. Who's gonna win this game 7? I think it's gonna be a great game, but let's jump into some MLB and then we'll get some official picks out there.
Yeah, so here with the MLB, we got 4 games on the slate that I want to highlight here. First one is going to be the Tigers versus the Yankees. I was supposed to be at this game, but with Bruins game 7, I kind of just opted out and declined the free tickets. But it's a great matchup today. It's Tariq Skubal, 4-0, the upcoming ace for the Detroit Tigers. People think he's a Cy Young candidate, and his numbers are rightfully so. One of the best pitchers in the league, 41 Ks through 36 innings this year. But he's going up against that Yankees lineup that's sitting at 22-13 on the season. Going up against Nestor Cortez, another great starter. We got the Yankees -125. The Tigers coming at plus 105. I'm seeing here. Is there any value? Do you think? I know those New York Yankees. You're probably going to take them leaning at home. Such a good team, but Scooball's been on fire this year. And Cortez, sometimes I know he was great in his last outing. But sometimes he gives up runs. I'm leaning on the Tigers plus 105 here. I know that sounds biased because I'm a Boston guy, but Tariq Skubal doing his thing. Sub 2 ERA sitting at 1.72.
He's good.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
Listen to this. I took a 3-leg MLB parlay yesterday. Listen to how fucking annoying of a beat this is. I had the Yankees to beat the Tigers. They won 5-3. I had the Cardinals to beat the White Sox. Did you see how that game ended?
Yeah, I didn't see the ending. I saw the rain delay sitting forever, though.
In the 10th inning with 2 outs and bases loaded, they called a rain delay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God, just send someone up to bat, hit a base hit, and let's go home. Like, dude, I think he went up, struck out because they stood around.
It was like an 8-hour delay.
Dude, they stood around. Yeah, they went back in the locker room for an hour and a half. It's like, just finish the game tomorrow morning. Like, before the next game. They play today. Just finish the game, and then let's start the next one. Like, dude, I was so pissed because and then the last leg was the Pirates. Pirates won 1-0.
Yeah, I had the Pirates money or run line too. They couldn't get more run support for Jared Jones, but that guy's a certified
He's
dog.
A stud, dude.
Hey, while we're talking about yesterday real quick, you see that Athletics game? I almost took them. They put up 20 points. They put up more than both of our offenses did in the NFL a lot this year.
I did see all the home runs. How many home runs did they hit? I saw it on ESPN. They were just like showing their A's raking. Dude, are they good?
Let's see. Well, they're on a 6-game heater. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
2 people had 2. Rooker and
7 home runs.
That's crazy.
Here's the thing. It reminds me of that movie. What is it? Major League or whatever. When the Indians are like about to get sold by the bad ownership,
and they make
a push for the wild card race.
Yeah,
they're sitting there at 500. So
literally,
who's to say they can't do that in real life here? We'll have to monitor that as it goes on. But they're playing good baseball. But 20 runs against the Marlins, the last place team in the league. I don't know if you can.
I was gonna say I don't know how much you can value that a 9-win team in this Marlins.
20
team,
runs,
but
it's great to see.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. Like, dude, the Marlins, they had a 10-run inning. How do you let that happen?
Yeah, it just shows you that Marlins threw in the towel long ago. But let's keep it moving.
And did you see they traded Arias?
Yeah, they did to the Padres. They got 3 prospects back. Yeah. That's such a move. That's such a Marlins move. It's like, oh, we have 3 good prospects, or we have the batting title champion. Let's just
let's trade him.
We'll move him.
In the league too. They didn't even go AL.
Let me see. Jumping down here, that Tigers and Yankees game, that's going to be a good game.
I'd lean on those Yankees. I don't know if I'll take it.
Yeah, it's a tough game. I don't know if you want to touch that one, but one to watch for sure. Next one, let's jump over to the Brewers and the Cubs, 2 of the best teams in that NL Central there. Brewers cracked their power rankings before. Cubs have been maybe close. Jameson Taillon coming back, really helping them out. We have 2 undefeated pitchers going at each other today. We have Assad versus Peralta, 3-0, 2-0 respectively. Both solid ERAs on the year. Both teams sitting at 20 wins, so a pretty important game here. Cubs are at home, and they're plus 105 on the money line. I'm going to leave them again. I know the Brewers are a great team. They have that hitting, and I think Peralta's a great pitcher. He's one of the best pitchers on their team, one of the best in the league. But I've got the Cubs on the money line here. I think at home, Sunday baseball, 2:20 p.m. start. I think Assad's going to finally get some run support, which he hasn't gotten all year long. I had the Cubs on money line yesterday. They took it home. I think they're able to do it again today.
Yeah, I agree. I like the Cubs. I was gonna say they got
6-5 yesterday.
Yeah, that's Cubs win these games at home in the division. They're obviously still without Bellinger. Do you know what's going on?
He's still hurt.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I like the Cubs. I think this team's deep. This is a team that we talked about before the season. Obviously, they started clicking at the right time, and obviously they're getting going here. 2 20-win teams going at it, like you said. 2 undefeated pitchers. That's definitely one to keep an eye on. I like the Cubs to win.
Much better game here, Huff. You want to hear it? This is probably the game of the day. It's the Atlanta Braves against the Los Angeles Dodgers, the series of the day. And the Dodgers have been dropping out of our power rankings, which is nuts. I mean, in overall power rankings, they're always going to be there, but they've been on a heater lately. They're going to be back in there this week. They're sitting at back. Best record in the MLB now, 22-13, above the Braves. They beat the Braves 11-2 yesterday and 4-3 in the first game of the series. I think it's like 8 out of their last 10 or 10 out of their last 12. They've been heating up. You saw that Max Muncy game yesterday, 3 home runs yesterday. I think they're able to get another one here. Do you think they sweep these Atlanta Braves and really stake their claim? Because people are writing them off. We kind of did too.
We did too.
We didn't write them off. We were just shit talking. I'm like, get your shit together. Like, come on.
You're the best lineup in baseball. Like, this is a team that you just expect them to be.
They're handling our number 1 team in the power rankings. If they sweep the Braves, do they shoot all the way back up to 1 in our power rankings?
I think they could go to maybe 3, 2. They'd be above the Braves. It'd go Yankees, Dodgers, Braves, I think.
Yeah, and
If the Yankees win this series, they'd have to slide up before you can put the Dodgers up there. But
yeah,
I
but
like the Dodgers to win this game. I think plus 115. I think the only thing that scares me is going against Max Fried. I do like him.
he's really
Paxton
good.
versus Fried, again, 2 undefeated pitchers in this matchup. I lean on the
Fried's
Dodgers.
ERA. Paxton's got the lower ERA. They're both undefeated
Yeah.
on there. I mean, Paxton can hold their own, but you got to quiet a hot offense. It's going to be a fun one to watch. At 4-10 today, I think those Dodgers win it, shoot back up the rankings, sweep the series. Let's get into the last one here. This is why we do these on Sunday. Sunday night baseball, great matchup in Philadelphia. We got the Phillies taking on the Giants. I'm not high on these Giants. They're sub 500 this year, but they have Logan Webb going, reigning Cy Young, right, or second in the Cy Young, something like that.
Second, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blake Snell took it home, going against Taijuan Walker, who has a 9 ERA in one start this year. Yeah, I've got the Phillies here. Minus they're coming at even. They're coming at even. That's crazy to me. Eager to see what their lineup's looking like. Maybe they're missing some guys. I think Harper's back in though. I know he missed a few days, but he's back in. They got a home win streak too. How are they plus 100? Is this a track game? Sunday night
I was
baseball?
just gonna say, are the Giants on a streak or something?
Giants lost 2 in a row in the series. 14-3. They lost yesterday.
Yeah.
Logan
I
Webb.
guess
They're giving respect to Logan
they
Webb.
just respect Webb. Yeah.
And they're on a 4-game heater, the Phillies, and they're at home again. I don't see any reason they don't take it. That lineup's getting going. Castellanos is starting to get going. He had a tough start there. Trey Turner, I don't know if you saw this. He's out like maybe 6 weeks, a couple months,
Yeah, I
something
did
like
see
that.
that.
So that's a tough blow. Maybe they're taking that into account too, but they still have enough bats. I like some Marsh and some of the depth they have. But Harper's going to lead his team. I think Taijuan Walker's not a bad pitcher.
No.
I think Logan Webb's going to throw a good game, but it's not going to be enough. Low scoring. After yesterday's 14-3 win, I've got the Phillies here at plus 100. Actually, love that. We might end up carding that one. Check out our card for that one.
Yeah, I do also like the Phillies in this spot. I keep taking the Giants, thinking they're a little bit better of a team than they are, but I like Webb on the mound. I just think Philly's starting to click as well at the right time.
Sunday night baseball in Philly, though, how are they at plus 100? I know Logan Webb's great.
Yeah, I'm also looking. I like the Nerfy here, minus 120. I know, like you said, the high ERA for Taijuan Walker, but at home, Sunday night baseball, lights on. I think you can get that minus 125 on the Nerfy.
It's gonna be 5 outs in a row, and then Bryce Harper's gonna come up and hit a solo shot.
Literally, that's what happens to me every time. It's so annoying. That's why I don't bet it as often. But I lean on the Phillies here, plus 104 on FanDuel, so I do like that. I might end up taking that.
Yeah, some good games on slate. Usually Sunday, sometimes you get some tough baseball, but those are some good matchups. There's a few other good ones. I think Royals and Rangers. Royals have been a pretty surprising team. I also thought there's one other good matchup. I think it might have been the Astros. Are they playing the Mariners today? I believe that's another good one.
So, yeah, because I had the Mariners the other night, and they were still in Houston.
Divisional matchup, but I can't keep throwing these Astros on our
Bobby Miller, games. Hunter Brown, 0-4.
They're 12-21. Yeah, Hunter Brown, 0-4, 10 ERA. I mean, they're 12-21. I can't keep throwing on our premier slate if they can't start winning games. So Astros, figure it out before it's too late. It's still May, but got to get going soon.
Yeah, 12-21. Hunter Brown 0-4 with a 9.78 ERA. Yeah, that's a tough look for the Astros. I think they will catch their stride. They're going to go on a streak, I feel like, where it's like the Astros have won 14 of 16, or you know what I mean? Just like they'll have a stretch in their season where they get back into things. Just hopefully it's not too late, because this is a team you love or hate them. They're a team you want to see in the playoffs. Agreed. For the American League. They're one of the better teams. I like that when Minute Maid gets going in a playoff game. That's one of the better. Obviously, from just recent memory, they've been so good for the past couple of years. Definitely hoping they get things going. The Mariners are a good team, though. Oakland, that's kind of fucking up everything in that division. Oakland, no one ever anticipates them to be good.
Will they hang though? Will they hang? Is this a magic scenario, or are they going to be out by the time?
I don't know. I truly that team is so hard to read. But I think that's going to do it. Like we said, 2 Game 7s, Mackey's New York Rangers Game 1, couple games of Sunday baseball, the whole slate going. We'll get some plays out for you. Obviously, the Magic and Cavs start at 1 o'clock, Rangers at 4, and the Vegas Golden Knights Game 7 versus Dallas at 7:30, I believe. And, yeah, make sure you're staying tuned to the social media. We'll get some plays out for you. Baseball, NHL, NBA. Let's have a day. 2 Game 7s, best 2 word in sports. Let's see. So what's today? Sunday. We will see you on Thursday for the episode.
All right. See you then. Let's go. All right. Good up, brother.
Yeah.
I'll send some stuff. I'm going to look at the slate too.